other distinguished guests, deans, directors, heads, deputy registrars, faculty members to bless this ceremony with their esteemed presence today. Let us give a big round of applause to all of you for finding time and also blessing the occasion. Big hand to all of you. It is not just the start of something new by a again we
how am I expected to begin my discourses without remembering you? Hon'ble Janab R.Venkataramani Sahib, Attorney General of India, and a key speaker of this assembly. Our beloved Chancellor, Janab Sahib, Prof.Faizan Mustafa Sahib, VC, and Adjunct Professor MANNU, Professor Ahmed Sahib, Professor Shri R.Venkataramani Sahib, Registrar, friends, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. This day will be remembered as a special day in the history of MANNU for two reasons. One is establishment of MANNU Law School, and on the other hand, omnipresence of the Attorney General of India, or not last but least, that dar haqiqat zindagi zinda dili ka naam hai. Dar haqiqat zindagi zinda dili ka naam hai. और जीने की तमन्ना है तो मर जाया करो. So I think with this I have been able to make you understand the presence of our Honorable Attorney General, our beloved Chancellor, Prof.Faizan Mustafa, and of course the all those contributed to the development of Maulana Azad National University and particularly MANNU Law School. Thank you very much.
Yes, so many contributions. I think list is very long. Words are very short to explain his personality, his contribution. What I consider myself, I am lucky to work with Mr. Madhav Menon, NL Mitra, and also Faizan sir. I consider top 3 in the country who is the great academician changing the entire paradigm of the country in legal education. So thank you very much for finding time. I request sir please at us gathering. His web legal series, if you know, he has now more than millions of the followers. Always he speaks very fluently, very openly on all crucial issues. Thank you sir for joining us.
Assalamu alaikum. Honorable Chancellor Sir, Honorable Attorney General for India, Shri R.Venkataramani ji and Mrs. Venkataramani, Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir and Madam Vice Chancellor, Mrs. Mustafa, on which MANNU has better claim and rights than me, Professor Ishtiaq, and my very dear student and colleague in Pitt Law School, who has been a Vice Chancellor. I persuaded him to become the Dean, but that is a kind of relationship in India you have between teacher and taught, that he could have easily become the Vice Chancellor somewhere else, but he took up the challenge to set up his law school. I know the learned Attorney General for many years. I can say that of all the Attorney Generals about whom I have read and I have met, he is a gem of a human being, absolutely down to earth, and a great leader of Indian bar, and in the footsteps of greatest of Indian advocate journals and Attorney Generals. Sir, we are really grateful to you that you found time for us. I would also like to thank Professor Kanis Zahra, who took the initial initiative and helped us in setting up this law school. This is the third law school in whose establishment I played some humble role. First one was the KIT Law School, where Afroz and Tabriz were appointed by me, and then the National Law University in Cuttack, and then MANNU, so one private and one National Law University, and the MANNU one is a Central University Law School. Of course, in Haider, which was a law school of over 100 years, I did start a 5-year course, and then I took over Nalsar, and Nalsar is one of the greatest destinations of legal education in the country. The story, in fact, goes like this, that Professor Ainul Hassan was appointed as the Vice Chancellor. He was a Vice Chancellor designate. From someone I got his number. He has not yet joined, and I phoned him. I think he was traveling from Banaras to Delhi, and just like his predecessors, let me take these names, I suggested to him that MANNU should have a law school. I had suggested it to earlier two Vice Chancellors as well. And he said, yes, we would try to do this and that, yes. And after 4 days, somebody forwarded to me a clip of ETV interview, ETV Urdu interview, which Professor Ainul Hassan has given. And there he said that I have a plan to set up a law school. It has been suggested to me. I, sir, never thought you will take my words that seriously. Really grateful. And he proved to be a man of words. जैसे कहते हैं ना, रघुकुल की रीति सदा चली आई, प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए, that kind of thing. University, about which Vice Chancellor himself said that the image was that it is a Urdu university. There is a very close connection between language and law. Law is a game of words. Just to give one example, our chief guest this morning, according to Article 76 of Indian Constitution, is Attorney General for India, not Attorney General of India. If you say of, it is wrong. It is not as per the constitution. So if you say of and or are two different, of and for are two different words, you would recall that famous Merchant of Venice drama, where eventually Portia is able to save the man. How? She would say, you can take this pound of flesh, fine, but not a drop of blood should come out. Law is an extremely empowering profession, an extremely empowering subject. All freedom movements of the world were led by lawyers. Gandhiji was a lawyer, Patel was a lawyer, Nehru was a lawyer, not a great lawyer, but a lawyer, nevertheless. Because the saying in law is, if you are good, you will become Motilal. He was a great lawyer. But if you are not a good lawyer, you will become Jawaharlal. Not a bad bargain. If you can be a prime minister for 70 years, not being a good lawyer like your father, that's not a bad bargain. No one makes money like lawyers. A neurosurgeon, top class, can do 4 operations a day, each costing 10 lakhs, but 7 lakhs will go to the hospital, he will get 3 lakhs. A lawyer, London Attorney General for India knows there are many lawyers who take 85 lakhs per day for one case. And in that case, ultimately what can be, according to that film famous dialogue, तारीख पे तारीख, तारीख पढ़ने से उसके पैसे पूरे मिलेंगे उसको. There are lawyers who charge for every hour they work on your brief. There are lawyers who take even 1 crore. And there are many lawyers who take 11 lakhs per case per day, and they take 5, 7, 8 cases a day. And have you ever heard of any income tax rate on a lawyer's residence? Impossible. They can't have that much of courage to enter the premises of a lawyer.
Who in his wisdom taught this humble man can be part of this wonderful university. And I consider today the call of this university as the call of the nation. Because before I begin to talk about it, because nothing happens as all of us who are of faith in any religion, not a leaf turns without the call of the Lord. So I consider that my being invited today and a graceful thought in the mind of the Chancellor to consider that I could be part of this university's endeavors in nation building through law and national togetherness through law is the call of the Lord. And I am so happy to be a humble recipient of the call of the Lord to the mind of the Chancellor. I know if I begin to talk about my connection to the Chancellor and how been for a long time received his blessings and grace through many ways, that will take a long, long time. I suppose I can have it another occasion when we have a different kind of a gathering. Before I go further, let me also greet all my sisters who are assembled here. And India, like certain other parts of the world, takes pride and in acknowledging and also promoting the role of very generous words that Professor Mustafa talked about me. So today I think it began to be a day of responsibility for me. So it's, any responsibility begins with a lot of thoughts and ideas, and your quantum of sleep gets a little reduced. And be that as it may, I think I should welcome it, and I'm so happy to be doing that. There is a common connection between Professor Mustafa, Professor Ahmed, and that common connection is a common ancestor in the legal education. And our tradition talks about the importance of Guru Shishya, and our great educator, Professor Dr. N.R. Madhav, who taught me law in Pondicherry, where I come from, where I studied my law. And he has been a great connecting thread of all wonderful legal minds such as Professor Mustafa in our country. And the Bangalore Law School was a great laboratory where people were asked to explore their own inner potential and also able to explore the outer limits of law in connecting India and making India a great leader in legal education field. So today I think India is poised to become a great leader in a manner of sorts in the field of legal education. That's why I say that's one way I understand my ability to look at the larger framework things of the country and what I call the call of the Lord given to me today. It's titled O Nation. O Nation brave and beautiful, in thoughts profound and resolves sound, in deeds quick and actions swift. In the chorus of our unity, let us ride. O nation brave and blissful, reel, till your hearts feel. Dump all the garbage of your minds in petty cages locked. Did not the Lord in Gita say, as other minds have said elsewhere, someone who does my work, those who lay down their works in me, exalting me, with malice towards none, comes to me. O nation brave and beautiful, let each one of us be a Noah of modern time and be the arks of great fiber and space. O nation brave and benevolent, with what greater temple can you build than the sharing of your lofty cares for the weak and the infirm, the distressed and the disabled, the poor and the distraught? Let compassion light all corners of your mind and heart. O nation brave and wild, in solitude you learn, in isolation you learn, in chains drawn on all motions you learn. All lives are one, and learn to play new patterns of life. O nation brave, with all thoughts in compassion drawn, let us march. And that was during lockdown. And
Assalamu alaikum, namaskar, and a very good day to all of you. I don't know what I'm going to say after all the legal luminaries have spoken. Because, well, anyway, there's a vote of thanks coming up, so I don't want to say thanks, except informally to the Attorney General to have come and inaugurate this, and plus that it was his help that we got this recognition for the law school here. And he did it silently as he does. This is what I appreciate. Also, I'm very glad that he came along with his Shakti, or with him. So, as I said, as far as the legal things are concerned, I'm not much of an expert. I have only to say the presidential overview. So the presidential overview is that since I'm supposed to be the chancellor of the university, every one of them, starting with the vice chancellor, now the new dean of the law school, and the registrar and all the teachers, I've already met them a couple of times, and in spite of my busy schedule, I've managed to come at least once or twice a year to this university. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I'm not thinking of the university. Even though I'm traveling, I'm in touch, especially with the VC, with the vice chancellors are, and I'm trying to see what can be done to the best of my ability. Regarding the law school that we are going to start here, law is such an important part of human endeavor.
Thank you very much, Professor Faizan, Dean, School of Law, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable Chancellor, most respected Honorable Attorney General of India, Shri R.Venkataramani ji, and Madam Venkataramani ji, also Madam Vice Chancellor Sahib, Professor Faizan Mustafa Sahib from Chanakya Law University, Patna, he is Vice Chancellor there.